Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This time around, I've got the Mercedes Benz Vito Select. This is a 1.3 million rand car, and I found myself asking, do you really need a V-Class? Well, the answer is you absolutely need a V-Class, but if you don't have that extra million rand, because the V-Class is about 2.3, 2.4, well, now I've seen V-Class is going for 2.6 million rand even. So this is a really good choice. Also, if you're not trained, right, you will think that this is a V-Class. I've gotten a lot of people saying, oh wow, that V-Class looks really good. And I love the fact that they've kept this uniform look, which I do quite like. I know back in the days, the Vito and the Viano, or the Vito and the V-Class, there were two, you could see that this is a Vito and this is a V-Class. Whereas now with this does look premium, it looks gorgeous. I like everything that they've done to it. Great power plant, great interior, great drive, essentially. So yeah. In this review, I'm going to take you around the entire car as well as go for the drive, and I might convince you to maybe buy this instead of the, the V-Class. I know I'm not being convinced, but who knows? Maybe you might be convinced. Before I do go on, don't forget to please use the link in my bio, the link in my description to get a quote from Naked Insurance. You can get a quote in less than 90 seconds. So yeah, let's go straight into this review, guys. The Vito competes with the likes of the Kia Carnival, the Kia Sorento, you've got the Kombi, see what I did there? You've got as well as the Ford Tornado, and this is the pricey of the bunch, and rightfully so, and the price is well justified. 1.3 million rand getting this, guys. I can mention so many cars for 1.3 million rand, and this will essentially always make sense, especially if you're in the MPV market. In terms of the exterior design, you've got a massive Mercedes Benz logo right at the front. There's 3 horizontal chrome slats. I'm not a fan of chrome, so if I buy it, I'm probably, making this all black. And you've got some fake air dams. Well, this is functional. Then you also have some functional air that goes through there. This is not functional, but it does give into a nice aesthetic. These multi-beam LED headlights are absolutely gorgeous at night. They do that entire dazzle, block off, and that entire technology from Mercedes-Benz lighting is really, really goated, if I have to say so myself. You've got these 17-inch alloys. Now, all the alloys at Mercedes-Benz for the Vito are no-cost options. These are all free options, so you decide, do you want a 17-inch? You also get a 20-inch at no cost. It's not an option, you decide. But I think this 17 works perfectly, especially for the comfort, whereas the 20s are going to be, the ride is going to be choppy. So I would suggest that you stick with this 17-inch. It is an aerodynamic alloy. As we know from Mercedes-Benz, they love aerodynamic alloys, and this does work on here. This big wing mirror, it's massive, this thing, but it doesn't affect any wind, or you don't get any wind noise when you drive into the car. There's no keyless entry for some reason, which I find weird, but hey. Then this roof rack, it's very functional because this is meant to be a car that you're using everywhere. Basically, you can load up your bikes on there. They even give you an option for a bike rack, and I'll try and put that on screen for you guys. I know Sammy did a marathon and he took it down to Durban, and he had that bike rack on the rear. Now, like I mentioned, there is no keyless entry, but you do get power opening doors, which are quite dope. I won't lie to you, I do appreciate this. And this is what I mean by the fact that they have now decided to, try and keep it closer to the V-Class as possible, because I remember back in the days, this was only reserved essentially for the V-Class or the Viano. But now, you're getting it too. Now, I'll speak about the interior later on. Let's jump to the rear. If I debadge all of this, right, you are not going to tell that this is a Vito. You are probably going to think this is a V300D. Like, to be honest with you guys, this looks exactly the same as the V-Class. It's essentially based on the same thing. You've got your 119 CDI badge in there, which is your engine designation. Please let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. You have your Mercedes-Benz 3-pointed star logo on there, your Vito Tourer badge right on there. And to be honest with you, when I get this, I'm debadging all of this. I'm taking it all off. This glass, unfortunately, does not open. Now, that's a missed point for me. And I know they're trying to reserve some stuff for the V-Class, but on things like this, I would appreciate that it opens for ease of access into the cabin, into the boot, because you're going to be parked in awkward places one day, And yes, it's an electronically operated tailgate, but you have to do this the whole time. And I know people are probably going to be using that space in there to just load things up quickly and all that, but I would have appreciated if this could quickly just open so that you don't open the entire tailgate. However, you do have decent amount of boot space right in here, which I do appreciate a lot, because those seats can also slide and you can pack a lot of bags here. Trust me, you can pack a lot of bags right on there. Your toolkit for your tools, are right on here. And this is where your jag, everything is. Luckily, it's just easy to, there we go. And that's where your tools are. Your spare wheel is underneath. And you essentially have to pull it out like you are pulling, if you know bakkies, that's how you pull it out. And I'm talking about pulling out a tire, by the way, guys. No other pulling out. Right, let's jump inside. So when you jump inside, you've got this heated leather wrapped steering wheel, which is multifunctional. The buttons are touch capacitive. To be honest with you, I've always mentioned with Mercedes-Benz product, I'm not too mad at that because you do get used to them easily. This display is not digital drivers, only the little screen in the middle is a digital driver display, and this comes out from the previous generation Mercedes-Benz V-Class. Straight V300, straight dead bang out of there, and it's just been placed on there. I'm not too mad at that either. Storage options in this car are galore. You've got two cup holders down here, you've got two cup holders up here, you've got a cup holder up there and another one on the other side. You've got space here to put whatever that you want. So there is a lot of space. The door pockets are massive as well for you to put in your big size bottles, and I'll try and get that for you and show you guys. And then you've got physical climate control buttons, but it is single zone. It's not, unfortunately, that's been reserved for the V-Class. Your drive mode select button is in there, and then you can also open the doors right on here, which is quite cool. Efficient and it's nice toggle buttons. Your infotainment with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's not the best looking, especially for the Vito for me, but I also understand that they couldn't have that entire display which is in the V-Class. So this does work, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Very nice to cycle through whatever that you want to cycle through. Typical Mercedes-Benz infotainment, which I do quite like. You can view a lot of things on there. You've got a wireless charger down here. Oh, guys, space is galore. You can put your phone down here. There's just so much. And these armrests also are on here for both driver and passenger. The seats are heated and they've got memory as well, electrically adjustable. So to be honest with you, I don't see a reason that you would essentially need a V-Class unless it's just for status symbol. I guess that's the reason, for just class, and that's just it. But this, for me, is just perfect. It's just perfect. That 2-liter turbo diesel engine, I'll speak about that in the drive. It's perfect. It's essentially the same engine that's in the V-Class as well, just detuned. When you jump inside of the Vito Tourer, so you do get a Mixto as well as a Tourer. This is the Tourer. This is essentially the top of the range of the Vito range. The Mixto is more, it's mixed. You've got panel van, more space, as well as obviously seats. Now, you've got a cup holder on here, and this is also in the V-Class, and I do quite like it. For me though, I don't know, I think there should have been a better way to do it, because the way it's always constantly like this, I don't know, but hey, it works because in the previous gen you then didn't have this. You can also just use it as your phone holder, but you do also have some space down here should you want to put your phone. Now, in terms of the negatives for me, the fact that it's a panel van, right, and there isn't charging options here bothers me a lot. Yes, you do have a 12-volt socket on each end, but who still uses a 12-volt socket for you to connect your charging devices on? Like, if we're being honest, I can't even remember the last time that I used that. And I'm pretty sure, please comment down below if you still use this 12-volt socket in a modern day car. Because right now, I feel like a USB port should have been paramount in here. And this is where the likes of the Ford Tornado triumphs, because it's got 2 Type-Cs on this side. 2 Type-Cs on this side, down here in each row, catering for people, because it knows it's going to be carrying a lot of people or things that needs charging. You have vents over here, which is always vital, especially in a car like this. And you can also control the climate settings with that screen that's on there, and I'll show you guys that later. The seats here are absolutely comfortable. Now, the heck with what I do is that I drive this type of cars, but I don't get to actually sit in the back. I mean, you look at the S-Class, I'm always driving. I'll never have the opportunity to sit here, but I did get some time sitting here and I was comfortable. Can sit right here, right here, right here. And also, the seat can also then fold. Then you essentially can do that. Another missed opportunity, they could have put cup holders right on here, so that when you're sitting here, you do have cup holders on this section. Now, the Ford Tornado does the same thing, and it's got cup holders. Now, I know I'm maybe comparing apples to oranges, but I feel like I'm actually not, because it's all MPVs. This is the interior, and there isn't much going on back here, to be honest with you guys. It does have decent amount of boot space. Decent amount of boot. But yeah, this is the Vito, and I'll try and sit on the side, and you can just see there. Now, the hack with the sitting position for me is that you can't really go far back, and the driver can't also go far back, because then these two seats touch. And if you're a taller person, then you'll have a problem. I promise you, it can slide slightly forward, but I'm struggling to get it. So you can slide slightly forward, but then also then you'll be touching knees with the person who's sitting next to you here. And I'll try and demonstrate that with you. Maybe I'll get Vico and I to sit next to each other. With this type of style seating, you can see, if I was taller, we would definitely be touching knees. But it will become an issue, and I always prefer the taxi style seating where all seats are facing forward. But yeah, so jumping into the drive of the Mercedes Benz Vito Select Tourer, I love this drive. I love this punchy engine, 2-liter, 140 kilowatts, as well as 440 Newton meters of torque. It sends power to only the rear wheels via a 9-speed automatic transmission that's very synonymous with the Mercedes brands, which I'm always a huge fan of. Now, I was thinking to myself the other day, I'm getting here, right, fuel consumption-wise, I'm getting 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers. And this is a big bus, okay? And I asked myself, how does Mercedes-Benz do it in terms of the efficiency of the engines? Because I can tell you right now, there is a compact crossover or a crossover SUV that is doing the same numbers like that, or even more. And I'm just like, but how, Oaks? How does that even happen? Because this is just supposed to be so simple. And that's what Mercedes-Benz have done here. I mentioned that those 17-inch alloys and those 17-inch wheels, the ride comfort is absolutely superb in this car. It's comfort on another level. You do have different drive modes on here. You've got sport, comfort, and manual, but I've just literally always been in comfort because that's all you need. I don't see the need for people to even be in sport mode in this car. I've never felt the need to be in sport. The throttle response is absolutely perfect. You step on it and the bus does exactly what it's meant to do. Smooth torque delivery throughout. Now, obviously, because it's a bus, you do get some, you do get uncomfortable sways at times, and I've noticed that on here. And I'm not too sure why exactly, but there are some of the sways, because essentially it's just a panel with seats. And that's the only, oh, there's the V-Class. Wow. I do love the drive of this car. It is well calibrated. Fuel consumption, I do get 780 kilometers on a single tank, so that is perfect. You can essentially drive to Durban on a single tank with this Vito. A lot of you guys are not subscribing to my content. I see a lot of people are watching.
Please subscribe.
I can grow the audience, the work that I do then increases, and I can get some money from YouTube as well. I mean, we need to get paid, guys. Please then let me know in the comments as well what I need to be doing right, what I'm not doing too right, what you'd like to see more often. I've tried to diversify the entire channel now, where we've got road trips, got farming, all the passions that I do like, we've all incorporated into there, still using the means of transport, which is cars. So yeah, 1.3 million rand, I mentioned earlier for the price for this car. I won't lie to you guys, it's a straight yes for me. I don't even want to look at other options. If I've got 1.3 million rand, I'm looking for an MPV, this makes all the sense to me, and I'll essentially go for it. Yes, the competition is tight. The Kombi, the Tourer, which is all great product, but I think this just has an upper hand everywhere. It's a Mercedes Benz. You do get a 2-year unlimited warranty on this car as well, and a service plan that you have to pay for as well. So yeah, let me know though, would you rather go for the Tourer? Would you rather go for the Vito? Would you go for the Kombi, the Carnival, the Sorento? Let me know what you go for. And speaking about the Kia Carnival and the Sorento, this unit here actually reminds me of the Kia product so much. The way the vents are laid out, just this setup, I actually thought to myself, gee whiz, this looks like a Kia. Just this part only. So yeah, I think Mercedes have cooked. It's been a great week driving this car. I've done over 700 kilometers and I'm left with 77 kilometers of range right now before I do go drop it off. Huge fan of their work, so well done, Mercedes. Don't forget to please use the link in my bio, the link in the description, to get a code from Naked Insurance, and you can do that in under 90 seconds. Up until next time, if you're in South Africa, please don't forget to always keep left and pass right. Peace out, everybody, and please let's keep on growing the channel.